San Diego City Council votes to advance ban on rental price fixing with AI software. Happy Friday. My name is Ruben Austria.
Great to be here. My name is Chris with Exchange Resources.
TGIF, Tracy Hassey, Tycor Escrow Services. Welcome.
Welcome to LEARNin
Local Live.
Woohoo!
All right, welcome to LEARNin Local Live. Happy Friday. Hey, we're live, so
Happy Friday, everybody.
It's amazing. Good morning, Chris, Tracy. Thank you so much for co-hosting today.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Happy to be here. Thank you. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Chris.
I know it's been an amazing, super busy week for me. And it's probably been an amazing, super busy week for you guys too. This is a great way for us to connect, collaborate, and create, and talk about what's going on in real estate. So specifically for this week, we're going to be, we have a great conversation around this San Diego City. So much about real estate changes with the laws that are passed, right? So what better way to talk today and really just talk and share our expertise by sharing this relevant news and inviting our subject matter experts to comment. I can't think of a better way to spend a Friday.
Absolutely. It's so important. This issue is very, very important to investors and to people who are actually out there paying rent, tenants. So there's pros and cons about this issue, and we're going to talk about it today.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and excited to be a part of this conversation.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, we're talking about real estate insights and deals and events in real time. LEARNin Local Live is essentially the platform to the first platform to actually want to do that. And we're starting in this amazing section of the country that I feel so blessed to be a part of. Southern California, San Diego. We're connecting.
The finest city.
The finest city. So that's the whole point. We're here to connect, collaborate, and create. What we're doing is sharing information that really inspires, empowers, and educates real estate buyers out there. You're not doing this the old-fashioned way. We're not just trying to talk one-on-one. We're not trying to talk just one-on-three. We're trying to put it out there because this information should be out there. Anyone who's a resident of San Diego, but also maybe they might be, living on the East Coast and they want to invest here, or they're living internationally, they want to invest here. Eventually we'll be known to everyone. How does that feel, Chris, to do that?
That feels great. And for a lot of investors out there, you really need to watch out as far as what type of investments you want to purchase into and make the right decisions. There's a lot of red flags out there, a lot of scams that are going on. So we're here to provide you that information in real time so that you can make the best decisions for you and your family for your future.
100%. I mean, escrow, that's what escrow is all about, right? Making sure the money gets to where it needs to go, right?
Absolutely. And what is so fun about this show, it's a vetted team of experts from general contractor to realtor, private money lenders, 1031, trusted sources, which I think is so impactful because you want to really be tuned into who you're working with because, we all work so hard for the deals and, we don't want them to go sideways. And if we're working with high vibe experts, the likelihood of things moving to close and everybody's success and win-win-win increases those odds, right?
100%. That's why we're here. So if you can imagine, like, who is behind this? Who is actually makes this work? It's this community. It's a community of us. It's a community of influencers. It's real estate investors, not just real estate investors, but real estate investors, professionals, service providers that want to connect with each other in a way that's different, that's new age, that allows us to not only share our expertise, but to create influence. Everyone's going to have to create influence. Or else I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I mean, I think if we're not good, if we're not good about the world is changing where it's not about the information that we share with one another. It's really going back to the old saying. It's like it's about how you make them feel.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It's going to be about the interaction that how you made them feel after your conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're really working today, is to try to start to build that trust virtually with folks and then connect with them in a later date. So we're going to be talking about events that are going to be absolutely going to be doing that, but let's just focus on today. Let's focus on the influencers that we have. And, you know, let's, we'll start off by introducing that part of the show, our LEARNin Local Influencers of the Week. All right, so Chris, I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk about our LEARNin Local Influencers and what we're doing here.
Absolutely. So who do you trust with news? I mean, can you trust the news and just all the publishers writing about these different subject matters? When we're here, we're presenting all these influencers, these subject matter experts, to talk about the issues in real time, real live. These are real people who are experiencing these things on a day-to-day basis, from the contractors to realtors to title reps to escrow. You're going to get all of these people talking about this subject matter so that you can make the best decision for yourself, whether you're an investor, a beginning investor, a seasoned investor. All this information is going to help you to make the best decision for yourself. Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's start introducing what influencers are here. And I'm excited and privileged to just help build this platform, but also have others join me. But I'm going to first start off by introducing myself. Did you just finish a project and you can't sell it? Well, quite frankly, right now, that is what's the challenge that's facing a lot of investors. I have a lot of investors that obviously bought the property right, did the rehab. It's new, but man, they are not getting the listing price that they wanted, and they're not selling the property. So guess what? I can help you. Let's pivot. Let's move towards a DSCR loan. Let's get that property rented, and let's just hold on to that asset until you can get rid of it at a later date. Right now might not be the right time. It's real estate's all about timing, as many people have said in the past. So it's not your fault. It's just the timing of the market, and we can't do that, but we can connect and collaborate, and put you on back on the path. So that's what I do at Revolution Realty Capital. I'm gonna swing it over to Chris. Please, Chris, thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely. Please, please introduce yourself. Absolutely. My name is Chris with Exchange Resources. We're a 1031 exchange company. We're a QI. Are you an investor that has had significant gains on your property and faced with a huge tax consequence if you sell the property outright? Well, you don't have to pay those taxes. You can defer those capital gains taxes through the 1031 tax deferred exchange. On a $1 million gain, that's about $300,000 to $400,000 in taxes that you're going to be faced with. Please talk to your CPA to determine exactly what that tax consequence is. But if you use the 1031 exchange, which has been around for 100 years, it's going to help you create more wealth, help you diversify, help you consolidate your properties. And also, if you want to completely get out of managing properties altogether, this is the vehicle to be able to do that. I can answer any questions that you have regarding 1031 tax deferred exchanges, and just let me know. Thank you. Awesome. All right, Chris, thank you so much. Not only do I have my right-hand man, I am my left-handed woman, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. So Tracy, thank you so much for being here. Please introduce yourself. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Ruben. Truly an honor to be here with you and Chris, rocking the house. So I have a question for you, brokers. Oh, I'm on. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Oh, okay. So I thought somebody said I was on mute. So brokers, realtors, investors, attorneys, I have a question for you. How are you protecting your clients and safeguarding your real estate deals from cyber fraud? Let's talk. Once again, Tracy Hassey, Tycor Escrow Services. We are the leaders at protecting your clients' money and information from wire fraud and cybercrime, because we are backed by a Fortune 300 $17 billion publicly traded company. Nobody can match that. So I am here for you as an escrow resource, as a super connector. So let's go. Let's put some deals together and have a blast while we're doing it. Cheers to your success.
Amazing. Thanks, amazing. Thank you so much, Tracy. Yes. Well, the time has come. We're going to introduce our featured influencers of the week. I want to start off by introducing Mr. Rafael Davis, the Black Belt Black Belt Real Estate Pro. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Doing great, Ruben. Thank you so much. Rafael Davis, as he said, Black Belt Real Estate Pro. He almost slipped and said mortgage. That's because I've been across the spectrum of real estate. Just let me ask you a question. Well, I don't want to ask a question. Let me tell you something. Real estate is a lot simpler than a lot of people realize and think. Think about it this way. Anytime you can have an agreement between two parties, you can have a real estate deal. That's what makes me a pro. I understand that. And then I'm smart enough to, when I don't have something perfectly right, I go and run to people like Tracy to get the answers to make sure that all my stuff is in behind. So Rafael Davis, the Black Belt Real Estate Pro.
You say all the right things when the ladies are here, Raf.
Oh, you got my heart, Rafael.
Hey, that's the truth. I tell people that all the time. Don't complicate it.
Yeah.
Everyone in the real estate is it's a big wheel. What makes me a pro is I understand how to go through that wheel and get the right people, put them together. In short, I'm a deal maker, right?
Amazing.
Elegant deal maker.
Thank you so much. Alonzo, welcome. Thank you so much for being here on the show.
Hey, glad to be here. Thank you. Anyway, my name is Alonzo Castro. I'm with Tycor Title. I've got 32 years experience in the title business, and I am here to pretty much provide our consumers with the data resources you need in real estate, be it for sellers or buyers. We're here to walk you through this market and help answer any questions, and that includes vesting. And we also can provide data for any zip code that you're looking in. And that's important. So, you know what? We are glad to be here and help you. And I'm glad to be teamed up with Tracy. Appreciate your time.
Me too. Alonzo is amazing. He's such a seasoned pro. So grateful you're here today with me, Alonzo.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Teamwork.
All right.
Thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Last but not least, let's bring in the big guns, Adib Mahdi from King Mahdi Builders. How are you, Adib?
Welcome.
I'm great, man.
Welcome.
It's great to be back on the show. We've had success on previous shows, and I'm glad you invited me to come. My name's Adib Mahdi. I'm with King Mahdi Builders. A lot of you, when you finally get that real estate, or you get your home, or you get the building, and you now want to fix it up, there's a million contractors out in San Diego, in California, licensed contractors. But there are only a very few people that will take your budget, your ideas, and your time and design, build what you need. So that's what we do at King Mahdi Builders. I have architects, engineers, structural engineers. I have the right teams do any trade. And so we build to your spec, we build to code, and we build to your budget. We don't dictate to you. We design, build for you. Happy to be on the show. Love to give my information and insights.
Amazing.
Welcome, Adib.
Amazing, Adib. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right. Well, we have an amazing show lined up. I'm super excited to get into it. Like I said,
Great show.
there's just so many different things going on in the real estate business, and it's hard to follow. But you know what? With our team of experts, we're going to hopefully walk you through today what you need to know from maybe last week's news to the upcoming opportunities for next week until we see you on next Friday. So you know what? We're going to start the show by really starting with those insights that I know all of you guys have the ability to share. So let's just do that right now. LEARNin Local Insights is sponsored to you by Framework Accounting. Ellen Rodriguez Swing helps organize the information that all the investors need to get a loan done in order to get that build at a rehab that Martin had sold, and then Adib had done the real estate and construction, and then Tracy and Alonzo did the escrow and title, and obviously it was a 1031 exchange that Chris had facilitated. So it's just so many different ways that we're organizing our investors' efforts with the insights that we're providing. We hope to do the same thing. So with that in mind, we are going to talk about this article here. San Diego Council Real Estate Council votes to advance ban on rental price fixing with AI software. We all thought that this article was a very relevant thing to have a discussion around. Obviously, AI is everywhere. But what people don't know is that AI doesn't stand for just artificial intelligence. It stands for Austria intelligence. So we're going to share this, use this platform to really share each other's intelligence. Starting with Raphael, I want to get your insight on what you think. I'll give you the first opportunity as someone who helps people walk them down the journey and path of real estate. What kind of insights do you want to share around this news?
That article is it's very interesting. It's not surprising, and it's not surprising that it's happening here in San Diego because it's happening in other places. So that's the catch-22 of having the AI. Because my personal gripe with it, well, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. My personal gripe with it is it has a tendency to take the human part out. When you're dealing with facts and figures and different things like that. Like in the article, it'll tell you where when they pass this, it still has to go through, but the AI can tell you, okay, you know what? If you keep these rents at this rate, you could actually run at a lower occupancy rate. Well, that may sound good and dandy, but with that occupancy rate, when I say about the human aspect of it, units that you would prefer to just go empty, not fill up, knowing that there are people who need apartments and houses and different things like that could be filling them for a profit margin, so to speak. And to me, that it kind of gets shaky right there. And again, it's still AI, right? And when you find yourself that you have problems, and if you just start depending on it and taking that human aspect out, you can find yourself having a problem. That's the issue I have.
100%. Yeah, no, I think the whole reason why we're having this show is that we want to reinstate that human aspect,
Yes,
and
exactly.
talk about information, not let AI, the machine, dictate the narrative. So yeah, absolutely. Alonzo, I want to kick it off to you. You're next. What do you, from your perspective in the real estate world, what kind of thoughts?
Well, I want to touch on what Raphael said, and he's 100% right about AI. I love AI for marketing. I don't really like it for emotional human side because it takes that element out. And it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out, hey, here's how you lower your vacancy factor. Well, you take lower price on your rent, and that'll keep your rents coming in steady. I've lowered rents and kept them that way, and sometimes haven't even raised my rents because I want the tenant. I've got a good tenant. So I'm not a big fan of the article, but at the same time, I always say, hey, let's convert those tenants into buyers. And one of the tools that we have tools for you. I can get you data for renters. Usually it's a matter of cleaning up their credit. But, if they're paying a high amount in rent, there's a good possibility that they can roll into that FHA or, low down payment. And rates I know are still hovering in the six, but I do believe the rates are going to come down in 2026, maybe the last quarter. But I think we're going to have a stellar year in real estate. It's coming, with all the signs that we've had. And then also, I wanted to mention something uh, about real estate and about the language we use in real estate.
Well, let's
I'm on,
Alonzo, come in. Let me just give Adiba a chance to share first before you share
sure,
that. We'll have plenty
you
of time
got it.
for additional thoughts. Adib.
Yep.
Well, from my perspective as a contractor, I don't get into the real estate side of it, but where I come in is when those investors of that real estate are looking to build out so that it's profitable from the standpoint of either renovating or remodeling or any of those types of things. My team consists of architects, interior designers, and all these folks that can accommodate a budget and a strategy to make sure that that property is done right, that it's a good investment from your cost aspect, and that whoever rents it is going to enjoy the space. So AI helps me in my business in a different way. The real estate part of it, I leave it up to you guys. You guys are the experts on that in that market.
Great. Well, there's definitely pros and cons about this AI. Obviously, from an investment perspective, you want to continue to increase your rents so that you have more cash flow. And with the rise in costs of owning property, the insurance, your margins start to go down, right? Because of all the costs. But also on the perspective of the people who are renting, who are out there trying to get, affordable rents, it's hard for them. So, there's benefits and there's advantages and disadvantages to both sides. But as Alonzo mentioned, this is an opportunity for these people to actually start getting pre-qualified so that they can start qualifying for properties in the future. Now, property values and properties have stayed on the market longer, right? And then there's been a tick up in surplus. So that means that there's probably going to be more concessions that buyers can actually obtain from a lot of these sellers. So there's going to be many opportunities for a lot of these tenants to switch and become homeowners eventually in the future. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. What popped out for me when I read this article was the greater homeownership possibilities, because in the article they said a savings of $2,000 a month. So 2,000 times 12 months, $24,000. And they could, if people really have that dream and they want to bring it to fruition, it's like stock it away, save it for that down payment for your home, and that perfect storm of interest rates decreasing. I mean, it could really open up a lot of windows for people that never thought they were going to be able to have that dream come to fruition. So that's what I'm excited about here.
Yeah. No, I think everyone's insights are spot on. I think the thing that Raphael had said from the very beginning is that, like, if you have a piece of software, it's great. Efficiency is great. But if you don't really, if you're not paying attention to how it really affects the actual people who are living in those apartments, efficiency is great, and using the tool to become, a better operator is, I think everyone here is for that, right? But not for the sake of reducing the quality of life for any given person. So I think what my take on it is the collusion that happens between landlords and other landlords, as a way of, by default, raising the rent instead of like doing your research, do your homework. You know what I mean? Don't let the AI just tell you what to do, right? Don't be another faceless corporation, because I think everyone's kind of tired of those.
Yeah, if I can chime in on that. It happens a lot. So if you hear me kind of talk bad about certain aspects of AI, I mean, it's no secret I feel that way. It's kind of like, having it tell you as a corporation with a lot of money, hey, go buy these 20 properties over here, right? What it doesn't tell you, the guy who's been on his job for the last 10, 15 years, saving money to put his family in that house. He saved that money to get that house, and now all of a sudden the corporation just comes and wipes it out. That's that part that you can't see in certain areas. And not only that, I think sometimes people are relying on it too much, other than the factual numbers. We understand that. We understand business has to work, but man, I don't think anything is better than just having that human presence. That's just my personal opinion.
100%. And the fact that you guys are here, it's amazing, because you're all present and we're having an amazing conversation. So that's the whole point. Let's move on. We have so much to discuss, and including 2 amazing off-market deals that we all can participate in as as part of the real estate machine, as you will. So let's just transition into that right now. All right, we're gonna get our guest back really quick, but I wanted to quickly introduce Martin Magana from RMS Real Estate. Martin, thank you so much for being here today. How are you doing? Happy Friday. You're on mute, Martin. Sorry
about that. Thanks for having me back, Ruben. I always appreciate when you invite me back on, and it's always a pleasure. I love meeting all you guys all the time.
No, it's amazing. Hey, you got the deals, man. You're always gonna you're gonna be here. So please introduce yourself before we get into this section.
Yeah, of course. Are you guys looking for any off-market properties in the San Diego area? Look no further than RMS Real Estate Investments. Here at RMS, we're trying to revolutionize how wholesalers are kind of portrayed in the industry. Everyone's had a bad experience with a wholesaler. They're not transparent. They kill deals, or just overall just a bad taste in their mouth. That's where we kind of come in and kind of change the name of the game. I myself, I'm a licensed agent, so we're able to do stuff a little bit differently. Access the MLS. Actually negotiate for you guys. And that being said, I'm just trying to show people how we can bring value to people, not just end buyers, but to agents themselves. We let them come in, represent their clients, collect commission, and we are just trying to do our best to get deals across that make money for the investor and make sure everybody wins. So
amazing. Yeah. Hey, everyone's gonna win if you get someone who really wants to get a great property, right? They start off with that, and then we bring them all the way through the finish. Until they can do it over again till the next time. So it's just it really works. It's great. I wanna give you the opportunity to start really discussing these properties, and we will bring on our subject matter experts as they as they'll have their own questions, just being from their perspective of the world in a potential transaction. And then we got 2 deals to go over. So if you could please just start, let's start discussing, the first deal.
yeah, of course. So this one's up in North Claremont. I personally, the reason we acquired this one was because it's a 4-1 with a converted garage on that street, and even just in the surrounding area after driving it. There's a lot of pre-flip comps that sold recently, and most of them have that converted garage. So in this area, one of the main objections we're going to get is, hey, I want to convert the garage back. I don't like having a converted garage. In this neighborhood particularly, we see that it's still moving regardless of that, but it's up to the investor to see that. The inside itself, it has water damage from the roof. The roof will be needing replacement. I think it was an estimated $19K to do that. The floor has to be replaced. All the big ticket items, the fixtures, all of them have to be gone. It's basically a top-down gut. Anything is not salvageable except for there's a door leading to the backyard that is just completely new that the owner installed for some reason. So. But overall, it's a pretty clean property from the outside, at least. That's the patio area. What I would say, this property is 1,117 square feet. To maximize the value and to actually get the ARV that we're seeing, the best thing here would be to convert that patio, since the foundation is already laid, into an additional bedroom, and then build out a bathroom somewhere. So behind the converted garage, there's a little, a shed. Almost like a second room, a workshop almost, and that's where I would put the second bathroom, and then turn into a 4-2 at the very least, if not convert that patio to get into a 5-2 or even a 5-3. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, so we want to hand it off to our subject matter experts to kind of make any comment that they might have about the given opportunity. So. Rafael, I know that you've been digging into the deal or looking into it. What's the first commentary that you want to mention about the deal?
No, actually, I like it. When it comes to deals, especially like fix and flips, it all depends on what my personal opinion is, what the long-term strategy is going to be. If they're going to hold it, right? If they're going to hold it, if they're going to make money off of it, get the equity. What are they going to put into it to get the return, basically the ROI? What I was going to ask Martin is, when you're out, when you're finding these properties, what's the number one thing that you're looking for when you're doing that? That was just a personal question I had.
I would say the 2 actual biggest things we look for is location and comps. So anyone can buy a property up in Lakeside and County, all these urban or like these more desolate areas, and those aren't going to move as fast as everybody wants to be like near the ocean or in a more investor friendly area. But that being said, the main thing is having comps. If you don't have your comps to support your price, the moment you have to justify your ARV with an investor, that's the one thing we don't really negotiate is the ARV. If you don't see it, right, it's not going to work for you. So the most important thing is having comps that support your ARV, or at least have an exit on the strategy you implement. In this case, I would say converting the additional square footage to make it the 1,428 square feet. That's where our comps are sitting at. If it doesn't work for you, then we'll always have a deal lined up that will fit for that. So. just making sure the comps are there to support it.
Nice.
Yeah, from a construction perspective, Adib, you want to mention anything, or do you have any questions particularly about the deal?
Well, I think it's a great idea to convert that back patio to a bedroom bath. And based on the square footage, you could get a typical small bathroom back there and the bedroom. That pony wall, you want to make sure that it's waterproof so that there's no future damage in those patio slab type things. I have found that a lot of times the way they were constructed, they were sort of put together as a sort of a casual covered space for a family and didn't really do a lot of detail in waterproofing it or using a proper lumber so that it doesn't get termited or wood rotted. But beyond that, yeah, excellent idea. And putting the garage back in place, that's a simple solution with the garage door and some other things like that. So yeah, I think it'd be great.
One thing I would say in general, in this case, the garage conversion was permitted, but it was permitted a long time ago, before the 2000s. So one thing I would definitely say is that these deals sometimes work, they don't. But the main thing is to make sure that, like in this case, the garage had a slight slope on it, which today would probably not get approved. But at the time of construction, it was. So going in there and making sure that even though it was permitted, it is approved, double check with your contractor to make sure that this is even workable today. Because even though it is permitted, you never know if like it might cost a lot more to fix just to get it up to code, even though it is permitted. So never just take permits as a oh, it's good to go. Always double check with your contractor.
Absolutely. Because when that work was done, the other thing of it is that the work was done and permitted, but was it done in a quality way? How did they approach it? So you always want to check, the water tightness, the electrical aspects of it, any plumbing aspects of it. Do the review as though you are first time in there, regardless of the permits. That's an excellent point.
Yeah, no, that's great.
100%.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think it's amazing to have both of you guys on the show to kind of make sure that we help investors, avoid pitfalls of buying projects, and we're in for their success, right? So so any investors that might be interested, Martin, make sure you post the details in the comments of the show. Let's move on to the next deal, Martin.
Yep, this one's up in the Broadway area of Escondido. The reason we have this one, it's the family reached out to us before to see if we can move it for them. They have a mortgage on it. They're in debt. They need to exit between 7.5 and 7.8 on this one. So it's not the best of deals, but in some situations like this where we barely tack on a fee, if we even get a reduction, we won't have a fee on this one. It's more of we're doing this to help out the family, see if they can move, because they've been in great contact with us. They've tried to work with us for a long time now. So we're just trying to do this as a favor for them. So definitely a way leaner spread. You're looking at between 50 and 100K if you can really justify the rehab in the ARV. But it's a straight up cosmetic flip. Everything's in great condition. You would have to replace the windows, but for the most part, the roof, the outside, everything is just in great shape. Some of the bathrooms you could leave, you could convert, but what really needs work is the kitchens, the other bathroom, and then a lot of the flooring, converting it so it's not piecemeal. Either keep it all carpet, keep it all tile, just keep it uniform. It's a 4.2, has got a 2-car garage and a fairly decent lot of 4,200. It's a 1990s build. And we have it out at 780, which is what the family has requested. We might be able to get something between 7.5 and 7.8. It just really depends on if the family will be negative or not. So if it works for an investor where they can see it, they see the ARV, they see that I can get 50, 60K out of this, then that's kind of the person we're looking for on this deal. Not necessarily one of those deals where you're looking for a huge 100K spread. It's just more of a safe 50K.
Yep. So really quick, Alonzo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Besides the fix-up costs, on the title side, when you're doing, fixing and flipping properties, what are some of the red flags that you got to look for when you're looking at title?
Well, one thing for sure, we get a lot of these. Some flippers forget to get the binder. So you want to get a binder every time you go out and you purchase it, even if it's going through another company. Get the binder. Now you're set. You're going to save yourself a lot of money doing the binder. We don't get too much into the permit, even though we'll provide permits for you as a courtesy to whoever's buying. I had a quick question on that other property. When you said they were going to convert the garage back, does that require a permit, or is that going to open up red flags to the city saying, oh, you got to do this, this, this? Or do you just go out and convert it back into a garage, that single story one in Claremont?
I want to say yes, but I would actually refer out to Rafael or Avid about this one because I feel like they would have a better answer to that.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
Yep.
yeah, I was going to say, it just depends on what was involved. If the, for instance, if the conversion was not just a removal or permanent fix of a garage door, then you have to get a permit, and it's more or less a demo permit. But you do a very light drawing to show exactly what you're going to do, and a lot of times those demo type permits are very simple and very quick. But if you're just removing a door and there's no stem wall and there's no footings or any of that involved, it doesn't require much. It doesn't require much. So it really just depends. It just depends on what you're going to do. If you're moving a lot of electrical or something like that, the city may want that. Best thing to do is simply check. You can easily check with whatever city.
Looks like he cut out.
Yeah, it looks like we lost him. Oh, no sound there.
Yeah, I think he did cut out.
Cut out, lost him there. We can't hear you,
Yeah,
Chris.
but
Hey, so Rafael, think about that. Alonso, did that answer your question?
Yeah, and so, one last thing on the title end, we get a lot of requests from consumers or sellers going, well, the square footage, we get into a lot of disputes about the square footage. We pull our data from the county assessor, and that's the data we use. So we get a lot of like, hey, the data doesn't include 400 square feet that we converted a den into a bedroom, or a garage, a third car garage was made a bedroom, especially with newer construction. And you have to talk to the county assessor. And sometimes we don't, I don't recommend that because they're always around to reassess you and collect more taxes. So the buyer's got to do their research on that.
Thanks, Alonso.
yeah.
Rafael, what
That's
do you think about that deal? Got any questions for that property?
Well, what I want to say, Alonso, there may be new flippers, investors on the call. If you could explain the binder just real quickly, because there may be people not familiar with that.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Hold on one second. On a binder, basically, I'll take a price of, say, 500,000. The homeowner's title fee about $1,700, $1,728 on 500. Say you sell the property within 2 years for 600,000. So the new homeowner's title policy would be 1906. Well, you basically pay for the binder, which is about 10% of the original cost when you bought it. And you're looking at probably a savings on the fee of almost $200. In other words, your fee when you flip it for an extra 100,000 is $200 instead of 1906 because you bought a binder. So it's a savings. It's a great savings, and the binder is usually good for up to 2 years. But like I said, it's the best fee across the board. If you're flipping and you're buying, you usually have 2 years to use that binder.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, Alonso.
Ooh.
Ruben, you're on mute.
There. Muted.
Hey guys, sorry, I just want to bring everyone back into the fold. Really appreciate the amazing conversation happening here, and wanted to say, hey, these deals. The reason why we present these deals in person is so that we can have the conversation amongst all the subject matter experts that it requires in order to succeed, right? And we hope to work together with you all virtually, but at the same time, really what we're trying to do is get together in person. So that's a good transition into our the last segment of the show that we call Learn Local Events. So Tracy, you are the sponsor for the events section. I want you to kind of lead the way and tell everybody, we're all in the San Diego County area. So tell everybody what events that we might be able to meet next.
Awesome. Here's I have about 3 that I'm going to share, and whatever you guys want to add to the mix here, grab your pen. We have September 10th. We have the Real Estate Inner Circle, which is held at the University Club in downtown San Diego. It is all talking about deal flow and masterminding what challenges you're working through to come to solutions. It's super fun. The second one I have is September 18th. Friends of Downtown San Diego.org. They have a maritime museum tour or insights at Park Bistro. If you want more on that, feel free to reach out. I'm on the board there. And then the third one for today, we have save the date, October 14th. We have the San Diego Region quarterly update it's a business opportunities luncheon with representatives from the San Diego Port, South County Business Opportunities Economic Development Council will be there, giving opportunities and report to the San Diego Community College District and construction opportunities. So with a lot of heavy hitters at each one of these, it's worth your weight in gold to join us and network. And that's a wrap for me.
Perfect.
Anybody else have any events?
Every month, a group called Cow Home Co., owner by Henish. His name is Henish. He does these monthly house flipping pitching sessions. It's called Deal or No Deal. It's on August 26th. Basically, you come in, you present a property that you're flipping, have flipped, or want to flip, and it's just 20 people in a room just breaking down like every little issue that could arise, every opportunity with it, how to build it, but basically just breaking it down so that you get the bottom line of if it's a deal or not. And if they agree it's a deal, for the most part, it typically will be. So I love going to those because they just break our properties down to like the fullest level. So it's really good insight.
Amazing.
Actually, I do have one more, guys or ladies, or I guess I am the only lady on the show, gentlemen. But for all the ladies and gentlemen listening, so there is also the SDCIA networking event, and that is San Diego County Investors Association, and that is on the second Tuesday of every month. I know that Chris and Ruben, the 3 of us were there this past week, and it is a ton of fun too. A lot of deals being put together there, so worth your time as well.
That's
and we'll be there.
Creative Investors Association.
Oh yeah, San Diego Creative Investors Association. Thank you, Chris.
No, don't. Okay.
Hey,
All
Chris,
right.
I have a question for Martin. Can I ask Martin a question?
Sure.
Martin?
Yeah.
Hey, Martin, is that, that networking meeting you're talking about? Are there a lot of off-market properties, pretty much? Is it all off-market properties?
They do a mix of both. Typically, they do off markets, but some investors who do buy these on markets, they'll have those broken down too. But like what I know with my business, we do off and on markets right now. Because we're trying to get these negotiated down, and we only get the on markets when we see a deal because everyone can see them. So it's like if they're not brought down, it's like what's the point?
Yeah. Thank you.
Got it. All right. Well, hey, we want to just we're going to be running out of time, but we 6 weeks from now we're going to have our first California LEARNin Local Live Mixer. We want to invite everyone to be there. It's going to be Thursday, September 25th. And none other than the Park Height RVR in Carlsbad. We wanted to make sure that we got an event venue that makes sure that fits Chris Saliero's professional motif. So I think it fits his standards. So we all want to go. Before we leave today, we want to give our subject matter experts a last minute to just provide a spotlight. Last words of wisdom that they want to share with everyone as they might take into the weekend if an investor looking for a property. Give your last bits of wisdom, Raphael, please, for us. And if you can keep it under 30 seconds, that'd be amazing.
It will be under 30 seconds. I'm actually not going to even talk much about myself being the black belt real estate pro. What I want to do is compliment Martin on the question I asked him earlier. I didn't want to butt in about that house, and that's so powerful because I've worked with so many people. He said the first thing he looks for is location, absolute must. The next thing is comps, absolute must. And the third, and very, very important, do not try to justify the ARV. Right? When you have a wholesaler that's working business that way, they are going to be successful. So anybody watching, call him up. He's going to have something good for you, guaranteed.
All right, awesome.
Nice, very
Adib,
nice.
thanks for being here. What do you say?
Yeah, you know, I'm sort of the catch basket for real estate investors once they go through, you know, the professional crew that you guys are, make that decision. And what I would like to say is, you know, don't just shop out there for a contractor. If you don't use King Monty Builders, because we're design builders, get someone similar to us. You know, you want someone that has an architect, has expertise, has designers, know the market, know the trends, in a sense, part of a network of professionals such as this, and can give you the right guidance for the build out, for your budget. You know, we don't dictate budgets to clients. If someone comes in and say, hey, I want to do this remodel and I got $4,000, we'll probably paint the bedrooms and, you know, clean the bathrooms, and that's it. But if they come in and they seriously want to put money there, we can streamline the construction, figure out what's best for them, make sure everything is up to code, and make sure that all the permits that were gotten before, that they are legitimate now. So that's what we have to offer. And I would suggest any real estate investor take a serious look from the very beginning and get a contractor or a design build type contractor on your side.
Awesome. Awesome. Amazing. Thanks for the advice, Adib. And last but not least, Alonzo.
Hey, real quick, something for the consumer. We are providing a senior discount on title as of September 12th. So we got a lot of seniors out there, and they're always looking to save some money. And real quick, just I wanted to share some quick data. We had about 2,200 closed sales in July. So market's moving, people are buying, people are selling. You know, get yourself lined up with some good professionals, and there is no questions that we can't answer. We'd be glad to help you with all of your vesting and what's trending in the market. Thank you guys very much.
All right. Well, hey, I want to give the last shout out to everybody. You guys did amazing. And again, like I said, I hope the time has been well spent. Please network and connect with each other. We're going to make San Diego seem like a very, very small part of the world, starting with San Diego and ending nationwide. And we're really looking forward for everyone to connect, collaborate. Great. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. Really appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.